Welcome to the Scotland, we like to call it.
The Great Inverness.
That's room number 1 that's got our first tenant in, but he's not in there, luckily. That's what a tenant's room actually looks like when it's used. This is our first bathroom downstairs. Simple shower, toilet. And then we have room number 1, which we're currently using as a office, but as you can see, it's a decent sized room. Lots of bright sunshine in the mornings. And then we'll take you through upstairs. Carl will lead the way.
Boom. So, Kelly, if you follow me, this is the Tango room, we like to call. And gotten a lot of popularity on this, so it's gonna get snapped up soon if you're watching. But you know, just your box standard bed, desk, cupboard, and you know, window facing towards the sea.
South facing, yeah, facing the sea.
South facing, and really lovely view of the sunset. Lovely.
Yeah. What did you have to do in this room?
Oh, quite a bit. So what was underneath this was pretty tatty and old. So a few coats of orange, and a bit of paint there just to cover up what was underneath that, and just whitewashing.
Yeah, we went through a lot of filler.
So we got to see.
Yeah, hello everyone. We went through a lot of filler in the whole place, and some plastering as well. So not only was it touching up, a lot of replastering, tidying up, and then painting. Yeah. Multiple coats of white and then orange over the top. But we've done that in most of the rooms, giving them a fresh coat. And each room comes with a new lock as well. We put locks on each of the doors. Some of them needs to be sort of tidied up and tweaked, but every room's got a lock, which is nice for people's privacy. This is the second bathroom here, so a nice bathroom size. So you get a full bath and a high-powered shower. And then through here we've got bedroom number 4, which we call the blue room for obvious reasons. Comes with a nice bay window. Please excuse the double bed. 2 beds. One of these is going to be going downstairs. Again, every room comes with a desk, a cupboard, and 1 bed. This is a good sized room, and this is one of our more expensive rooms. It's a good sized room, nice and airy.
What did you have to do?
So again, we stripped this wall. Unfortunately, the wall's seen some life over the years, so we had to do quite a bit of filling on this wall. And paint it up. But this place was a student place before, so it was quite run down and tatty. It's got character, is what I'll say. But it's safe, it's clean, it's fresh, and there's no damp, which is the most important thing for us as well, making sure it's damp and damp free. And
so fresh. How much is this room gonna let for?
This room is $750.
Yeah. How much did the first room we viewed is let?
The first room, that's $750 as well.
And that's gone.
Yeah, that's gone.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So there's 4 750 rooms and 2 700 rooms.
Okay.
So we'll take you upstairs to the converted loft area. So this is one of the 700 rooms. As you can tell, it's one of the smaller rooms, but it's a lot more private. It's quieter, better for people that want to sort of isolate themselves, or people that want to be away from noise that may be downstairs in the sort of the basement communal area. So it's a very fresh, open room, south facing, so you get the sun. There's lots of nice views and stuff like that when the sun goes down, sunset, sunrise, and all that sort of stuff. Again, good for privacy. And then the other loft converted room is this one here. So you get a lot more real estate, I call it, in this room. So a lot more floor space. So good for people that've got a lot of stuff, but not good for people that are especially tall like Kyle. So if you're a little bit tall, this probably wouldn't suit you. But a lot more floor space for this room. But because of the sort of slopey ceiling, we put this for $750 as well.
It's still cool though.
It's a cool room. You've got 3 Velux windows that all open, and you've got nice light and natural light, and you're not overlooked by anyone as well, which is good. So it's good for privacy. This is a good room for people that like.
So what did it look like before? What's the major work you've had to do up here?
The major work is kind of stripping back and cleaning up and tidying up, filling. There's a lot of cracks and filling and stuff like that, and repainting some of the walls. The majority of the work. Say again, sorry?
Yeah, cleaning up the windows.
Yeah, cleaning the windows. The windows were disgusting.
Yeah.
I can't take any credit for cleaning the windows. Carl did a fantastic job on those. So yeah, and Carl painted this wall purple as well. So we've got a nice sort of 2-tone wall here. Again, each room has these sort of nice little shelves as well, just to break it up a little bit.
Yeah, it does.
We've said to the tenants that if they want to upgrade desks and stuff like that, we can do that.
At their expense.
At their expense, or if we find something on Marketplace, we can swap it over and stuff like that.
Yeah. I wonder why.
Yeah, they're a little bit tatty here and there. They've been well loved.
They came with the place though.
They did come with the place.
So it all come furnished.
The
whole house.
All bits, everything you see in the house. Yeah, other than a couple of bits is all what it came with, or people left behind. Is probably a better way to put it. Yeah. So some of the wardrobes we intend to update at some point. So for instance, this one is a little bit tatty around the edges, so we'd like to upgrade this one at some point. But it's not a major problem. Yeah. A couple of chair tweaks and stuff like that.
Nice.
And we'll take you down to the communal area next, where there's a kitchen, a nice living space. So the intent here as well, I've just put this coat rack up. So we're going to have coat rack here, we're going to have a notice board here, and then a mirror here. So the view is that I put my coat on, let me remind myself of the rules, now let me check my hair, and I leave. That's kind of the mindset. And I'm using that when I show people around and it goes down well. So that's a nice little flow. And that is level, by the way. So if you look at it and it's not, it's because something else is not level. Yeah. So one of the other things we noticed that when we came in the place at night or left at night, when you switch the lights off, you were in dark for ages. So we put these USB-C rechargeable little lights in, and it dramatically changed things.
Yeah.
It made it feel safer straight away.
Yeah, it's good.
So yeah, this is the communal area. So a nice open plan area. We're going to have a table here, just a simple sort of pine table. So if people want to have breakfast and stuff, they can sit there and have their breakfast. Yep. Have some eggs, bacon, whatnot. Coffee. So yeah, this was a major change. So when we first came in, there was flooring down here, but there was some furniture in place, and in hindsight I wish we'd sort of walked around and checked behind walls and stuff like that, moved things around, but you don't know, we've learnt so much from this place. There was a two-seater sofa where Kenny's standing right now, and when I stood on the floor next to that, it was actually spongy, and I thought, this floor, there's something wrong. Yeah, the one you're sitting on.
Where I just fall through the floor.
Yeah. So where that there was basically spongy floor, and it was given away. So we contacted the estate agents and told them about it. So this isn't habitable. We can't put people in this house the way it is. Then had a back and forth conversation with them about what can be done, and we were anticipating pulling out because it was going to take a long time. We said if it takes a month, 2 months, we're going to have to pull out because we're not going to be able to make any money out of this. We're not going to be able to get people in, and we kind of pushed them down the road a little bit to speed up. I also pulled away the floor myself, so I said to them, let's speed things up. I can pull away the floor, so I pulled out all the floor and showed them and demonstrated where it's coming in. I fixed the drainage coming in through the window. They then had a couple of building firms come out and fix the floor. So it's all been rebattened and replied, and this sort of stick down vinyl flooring, and it's nice. It feels fresh. It feels good.
Yeah.
We're happy.
It does look good.
Hopefully it stays down. I think it will.
Yeah.
And then we bought a new microwave. We bought a new coffee machine. Toasters came.
So hang on. There is coffee.
Yeah, there is coffee.
There is coffee.
There is coffee, but we didn't brew it.
Ah.
So we can brew your coffee, Ken. Yeah. And we got fridge, freezer, and an extra freezer. So there's sort of people that will be in here, be young professionals and students. They like their own space for things, pizzas and stuff like that. We've got one tenant so far. He really likes bacon, so there's always bacon in the fridge. And there's always a greasy pan.
Right.
And out the back here, we've got a sort of small, sort of postage stamp type garden, if you like. So great for barbecues, or if people want to smoke outside, they can. Just strictly no smoking in the house. And we've tested that the smoke alarms work really, really well as well. When we had the flooring done, there was a lot of smoke being kicked up. And if this smoke alarm goes off, it sets off all the rest of our whole house. So yeah, they're really sensitive.
Yeah, they'll still smoke. They put a cup.
Yeah.
And they tape over it.
So we'll be keeping our eyes open and noses open for that. And that's it. That's the place.
Okay, what I was doing before mentorship, well, I've always been, I'd say, pretty ambitious. Straight out of school, straight into an apprenticeship. So that was a pretty big achievement for myself, because like 70 something rejections later, and then one yes. It's very reminiscent to this. So I'm an apprentice QS, so that's what I do for the day job, and that's what I was doing when I started looking.
So how did you come across Rent2Rent?
How did I come across Rent2Rent? I've been looking. I knew to get to the life I wanted to get to, I needed to start generating cash flow. In simple terms, I needed to start a business. You know, I didn't want to be stuck in a 9 to 5. I knew starting an apprenticeship would help me start earning that money to
What do you do for a living?
I'm QS.
Yeah.
So yeah, apprentice QS, should I say. How I found it is I started going on YouTube and then started seeing Rent2Rent. I did see a certain content creator doing Rent2Rent, and that kind of got me into it. And then one day, algorithm just brought me to Kenny, watched a few of Kenny's videos and booked in a call with him. I'm talking, that's how fast this guy moves. The next day, I got a call, he explained, and I was sold. I was like, Rent2Rent is what I want to do, and now I'm here with my business partner Luke. And
which you met on the mentorship.
Which I met on the mentorship.
Yeah. Cheers.
You know, but that's
you were fined for.
Which I was fined for. You were both fined for.
Yeah, I was fined as well.
It's not even. My brother hid the letter, and which meant about a month or 2 later, I got the late notice, and I ended up paying 180. So.
Mad. So I drove to Brighton. I was doing, 2 other property tours, and I said, anybody in Brighton, any of my students in the area, come, I'll be, you know, having lunch at this place, come meet me. So these guys turned up, we were in having coffee for like just borderline 3 hours, and then suddenly I was like, shit, I need to go move my car.
Yeah.
I did get fined. It was £80, reduced to 40 if you pay within 2 weeks. You got fined.
Yep.
For JVing and having a coffee.
I think it was what the cost, I think.
Good return on investment.
Yeah, wow. Two.
I didn't get a fine because I read the sign.
Yeah. You arrived later.
And I wrote, like, okay, fine.
Yeah. I was 16 minutes over.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I cancelled a viewing to come see Kenny.
There we go.
But there's a lesson in that. Don't miss the bus. No. Always be there, even if you're gonna be late.
Yeah. Quantities as a surveyor. Started watching Samuel Leeds. Found me. Booked the call. Joined the mentorship. But I specifically I remember everybody's Zoom. How old are you? 21? 20?
I just turned
19?
21. So I think me and you, where your birthday is on, I don't know.
10th of December.
Yeah, you're 2 days after me. So I literally just turned 21 like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
So yeah, my early 20s.
That's mad. So you've got a mindset of someone a lot more mature.
Yeah, definitely.
A lot more mature.
Definitely, yeah.
Most 21-year-olds, you know, maybe it's changed. TikTok, YouTube, it's shoving people like business in their faces, saying this opportunity, this opportunity.
Yeah.
When I was 20, like
Yeah, same.
yeah, Facebook.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And now tenant number one, like if you look at Kyle and the tenant, the difference between them age-wise is nothing to it. But Kyle is like twice as mature.
Yeah.
Twice as like reliable, etc., etc.
Everyone's got big ideas. Like it's who's willing to act. That's what separates everyone. I don't think it's a generational thing. Not Gen Z, not a millennial. Like baby boomer, everyone's got their ideas, but very few will act, and that's what you preach.
But you got a completely different mindset. We had a great conversation, and then you said at the end you're going to go away and think about it. 99% of people, never hear from again. Now I come off of that Zoom thinking, I hope he's serious, because I genuinely would like to have him on the program, because you're different and you were serious, which is, it was really nice and refreshing to get you message me back saying, right, ready to go. I'm like, holy cow.
It happened. Yeah.
Yeah, the 1 out of 100. Yeah, Luke, what about yourself? How did you come across it?
Yeah, so I've been kicking the idea around for a very long time, probably 5 years I've been kicking the idea around. And I've been to a few other sort of intro courses, I'll say, and narrowly escaped without getting trapped in the room. Some of them were eye-openers in terms of what you can do, but the other part of it was like, this is just snake oil, I need to get away from this. But there must be something to it because a lot of people are talking about it. You kept coming up and I was thinking, what's the catch? There's something to it.
I'll find that catch one day.
I'm still trying to find that catch, Kenny. I will find it. I'll find that one thing. That's why he's doing it. He's conning me there. But no, I've been trying to find that catch with Kenny for a long time.
3 years, long time.
3 years. So I caught on to Kenny and I was like, oh, he's talking like just like a normal bloke. He doesn't sound salesy. Sign this, do that, do this. And you talk the talk and you walk in the walk as well. I see it even more these days when you're doing your own Airbnb and stuff. That would be the only catch. And Kenny's now actually doing it firsthand. He's showing me the videos of doing it as well. Maybe he was ready for me. But yeah, it's just refreshing that someone talks like a human, talks about their family, talks about where they're going, what they're doing and stuff like that. And when I reached out, you're very straight talking when it comes to that conversation of do you want to do it or not, Luke, type conversation. It was actually good for me because you called me out on my crap. You said, Luke, if you don't want to do it, it's fine. Just pull out. I'm like, well, no, hang on, Kenny. I want to talk to you. No, hang on. He said, I'll tell you what, Luke, if you're because I was going to go to France for a holiday and you said, tell you what, Luke, if you're serious about it, give me a deposit. And then when you come back, if you don't want to do it, I'll give you the deposit back. And the way you said that, I trusted your word and I trusted what you said because I believed you. And then it came to it and you said, what do you want to do, Luke? Do you want to pull out? Do you want to do it? And I'm like, hang on, whoa, let's do it. Let's go for it.
Now.
So I was like, okay, let's do it. And I found it really hard because I'm like twice Kyle's age. So I've been conditioned to be afraid and don't make mistakes and like stop doing something because it's risky. If you talk to your family, they say, why are you doing that? Why are you risking your life? Why are you risking your family? And so many hurdles I've been through in my own head. So that's why as soon as I started working with Kyle, his fresh perspective and sort of just fresh new eyes looking at this stuff, just challenging me and challenging my thoughts. And we bounced off each other really well and it's really helped. I think if it hadn't been for Kenny, for Kyle at the time, time, I would have pulled out a long time ago. And I think that's true because when I first took on this place, we were just discussing the JV, the joint venture. And then I said, well, I've got this one, Kyle, do you want to do it together? We'll split it. And we've had a lot of conversations around you do this, I do this, and how that works and stuff. But most of it's been gentlemen's agreements. We haven't signed contracts and stuff like that. We've just been very honest and open with each other.
Contracts don't mean shit anyway.
Yeah.
Whoever's got the most money wins in court.
Yeah, so if you have to go down that contract route, you've already failed in terms of relationships. So we've been really honest with each other and trustworthy right from day one. And Kyle sells himself short. He is more mature for his age. He is very smart in his mindset and challenging things. And even when he learns something quickly, he's on you. When he's got that thing that he knows you've said to him, he's like, Luke, are you going to do this? Oh yeah, you caught me out on something I'd said. And I like that. It refreshes me and it's helped sort of accelerate redecorating this place as well. Some of the stuff I might have done to a different level of quality, but that would be wasted money. So sort of Kyle has called me out on some of that stuff and said, yeah, but we've done this, we've done that, done this. Yeah, good point. Let's crack on and get on with it. So going back to my point, yeah, so I've been kicking the idea around for a while and then eventually sort of signed up for it and then even regretted it at that point thinking, what have I done? What am I doing? And even when I did the first payment, I was like, oh, hang on, should I carry on doing this? I'm looking at the training materials. I can do all the training materials, but now I've got to do the calls. I did the calls. I was like, oh, okay, I can do this. And it was almost like...
you got me and Dan.
And then you got you and Dan on the WhatsApps.
Yeah.
And
what are you doing, Luke?
Yeah, what are you doing, Luke? Where are you? I'm
Where
like,
have you been at?
Okay, yeah. So it was like hurdle after hurdle after hurdle, but none of them were like, they were often like, I can't do this, but I don't know what to do here. Where do I go? What do I do with this? And then after I've gone over that hurdle, it's almost like, yeah, I can nail this. And then those hurdles become easier as time goes on.
It's creating a new habit, isn't it?
Yeah, it's just being comfortable being uncomfortable. Absolutely. Is a phrase I like. But we're in a phase now where we were struggling to get views. Well, we were struggling to finish the place. Then we were struggling to get viewings. Now we're not struggling to get viewings so much. We're struggling to get people to sign up. After that, we're going to be having the problem where we're struggling to get the tenants to get on with each other, or we're struggling for the next place. Tenant management. That's going to be our next challenge. And then it'll be our next place, and then it'll be the challenge of getting that next place. How do we get multiple guarantors and all these sort of things running at once? And I think we'll get through every one of them, especially if we work on it together, and that helps.
Yeah. So when it comes to taking on this property, how did you find it? How did you view it?
When Luke had got on that, yes, it was like boom. I was like, yeah, we got it.
Yeah.
And then contracts.
Well, there was one
guarantor.
There was one point that you called me out on. We set some processes early on of things we will always do, and there was one thing I didn't do in this place. That was that he said, "Where's the video? Have you got the video, Luke? Have you got the video?" I was like, "No, I didn't get a video."
The tour.
Yeah. And we've been doing it for all of our viewings together, separate. We've been doing it, except the one we got first. He said, "Have you got the video?" I went, "I didn't get a video." I got so chatting with the estate agent, like, "Yeah, this is going to work. This is going to work," that I forgot to get a video. Yeah, but that will be something I hold forever now. Yeah, but it's good. It's a lesson.
Reason why you got it.
Yeah.
Yeah. What did you say to the agent?
Yeah, it was all about sort of just chatting to her like a person and talking about other people. And she mentioned that a lot of people feel like they're just working for a checklist. They're not really talking about it and understanding it. And you sound like you know what you're doing and being professional and stuff. Some of that I was just winging it. I was winging it. Yeah, I was winging it. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we can do this. Yeah, it's fine. We've got that. Yeah. So, but some of it was winging it, but some of it was belief in yourself that we would find the answer even if we don't know it right now.
So did you have to tick any boxes to be certain that you can take on this property with no risk? What?
Yeah, so we had to self-guarantor. So I've got myself on guarantor and Carl's guarantor as well. We had to sign several versions.
I can remember just seeing the one-to-one chat going back and forth, back and forth. So
there was a lot of back and forth.
saying in the chat to advise you to take.
Yeah, Dan was really good. Dan's advice was really straightforward and really straight talking and really helped get to the answer quickly. There wasn't no depends on this, depend on that. Dan was like, do this, say this, and it's really direct and really straight, which is great. I really like Dan, really like the way he looks at things. And it helps my mindset. It's like, right, okay, yeah, that's the option, that's what we do. Even when he hasn't seen something before, he'll say, not seen that before, perhaps think this, Luke. Okay, cool, that helps. So I've never said anything in our chat between me, you and Dan that's not gone somewhere or not made me think about something. Even when it came to Airbnb in this place, it's like, me and Kyle have talked about this a lot. If we don't get tenants in the next couple of weeks, we're going to get this on Airbnb. And that trigger came from Dan and yourself. It's like, yeah, you need to get it on Airbnb, guys. Okay, cool, let's action that, because we don't want to be out of pocket. We don't want to pay rent with no one in the place.
So your backup strategy is
we need that. Yeah.
Okay, so when you got the keys, how did that feel?
When we got the keys, it was good. We had a walk around again, and it was kind of like, I really wish I'd done that video. But we did negotiate the price to a reasonably good price, which gives us a sensible profit. But we didn't realise the amount of time and effort, not so much money, but time and effort we'd have to put into the place. Luckily, I'm handy with tools, so I can do a lot of the work. But at the time,
what did you have to do?
So lots of plastering, bits and bobs of plastering, a lot of filling on some of the walls that were just too far gone. Lots of repainting, redecorating. This room was a huge challenge when we didn't realise that until we wanted to move one of the sofas. So we'd pre-agreed with the landlord that we're going to chuck one of the sofas because it was horrible, it was rotten. We wanted to get rid of it. So I went and tried to take it apart, and I realised the floor was spongy under my feet, and I thought, that's not good. So I started sort of just bouncing around at the floor and thought, this floor's rotten, I need to have a look at this. And I just peeled it back a little bit and realised that the floor was rotten. Got in touch with the estate agent, they said, oh, that's just wear and tear. I said, no, it's not. I said, no, it's not.
Castle.
It's bouncy castle. Yeah, so we went back and forth over it, and I said, we're gonna have to pull out if we can't get this sorted out quick. And I agreed to pull up some of the floor as well to prove it to them that it was rotten. I had a conversation with the builders.
So this eats up all the time?
This eats up the time, yeah. So we didn't want to get tenants in because they couldn't come down here.
Did you renegotiate on the rent-free period?
We tried several things. We tried to renegotiate on the rent-free period and get reduced rent as well. We used those as bargaining chips to get the work done quickly. That was the main thing. We said, if we can't get viewings, if we can't get people into view it within the next couple of weeks, we're gonna have to pull out. Or you give us an increased amount of time for the rent-free period, or you reduce the monthly rent. We gave them options. It was 2 weeks, reduce this or reduce that. And then they pushed hard to get it fixed. And they did do it within the 2 weeks. We did manage to get viewings straight after. So it worked out, but it wasn't anticipated. And the decorating was more renovate than decorate as well. It's a lesson. It's a lesson we're going to take on. Our next place, we're going to move furniture around a little bit and make sure we get the videos that
you learn a lot, don't you? So
you've definitely learned.
To this point, you know, what have you learned about property and taking on a property?
It's always going to take, I think in general, it's always going to take a little bit longer than you anticipate. So that's, I think going forward, it's something we're definitely going to be like, if we think it's going to take a week, we're going to take 2.
I'm quite good at, estimating how long. I just took on a bungalow and I said it's going to be a month. It was a month, easily a month, 5 weeks. But I could have sped it up a little bit. I was enjoying the process.
That's the trouble. I get stuck in that. That's why it's useful having someone like Kyle around. I get stuck in it. I might overthink it and make it too perfect. And there's sometimes I say, what would Kenny say in my own head as well?
Oh, you wouldn't. Me and my brother taking on a HMO. We'd walk around and he'd fill a hole with filler and just stand back and look at me and be like, be alright, wouldn't it?
Whoa, wow, okay, yeah.
But this is how Ollie just took on.
Right, yeah.
And it's still there. Our repairs are still there. And I said, Ollie, there's a massive hole in the wall here that we filled.
It's still there.
Yeah, you wouldn't even know. So we're professional bodgers.
So because I've done this a lot, I end up wanting to do it the proper way, and and it's not my house.
You do need some level of competence. I'm an engineer by trade. My brother's a carpenter. My sister's decorators.
Right, okay.
You've got to have a certain level of competence with decorating. Otherwise, you're in trouble.
But it's the mindset that I struggled with was, this isn't my house.
Okay.
And I think that's something you've said in the past. Well, remember, it's not your house, guys. When you're decorating it, when you're getting furniture, it's not your house. You're not going to live there. So I've had that sort of resonating in my head. So it's like, let's get it to a level of quality for the type of
fit for purpose.
It didn't help either. One big thing was going back and forth with the estate agent, because there was, I think, nearly a month we thought we were going to pull out this place. Which
so we paused.
Delayed so many things.
Much delay.
We paused everything.
Now it's like Christmas Eve. We're at the point of the quietest point of the year where nobody's moving. So that 2 week delay could have been your window to fill it.
So New Year's Eve party here, everyone. £10 entry. So we paused on decorating and renovating because I thought, I don't want to spend more money on paint or waste my materials and stuff like that, or even effort and time if we're going to pull out, because they benefit from that. And so we really slowed down, and it was a bit of a mind mess up is the word I use, but it made you doubt what you're doing, because like, is this going to mess us up? Are they going to mess us up? And they were also talking about contract addendums as well, like trying to change the contract at the time because of of this, I suspect. And we didn't agree to half of it. And I said, well, this is what we would agree to, but we won't agree to this. So lots of that going on. And we did get messed about a bit, but we held firm. And ChatGPT is very useful for a lot of that as well. So thank you, ChatGPT, for your help.
Absolutely.
ChatGPT is insane these days.
Just really helpful.
It's so good. It wasn't around when I started.
I bet.
It's amazing.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
especially for legal stuff. It's just tell
it's
me the gaps in this contract.
Everything.
Yeah,
You get the inventory from
Yeah.
the estate agent. Copy every single page into ChatGPT.
yeah,
What should I know? What's important?
yeah.
What have they said that might come back to me?
Yeah,
So it's
exactly.
Like, on page 14, there's a picture of this.
It's so powerful.
It's brilliant.
Yeah. What am I
and
missing?
then compare that inventory to the checkout inventory at the end of the tenancy. Use it against them. In terms of the mentorship, how has that been? Working with me, my team, the actual community?
Very good.
Yeah, it's good.
Spot on. I think the one-to-one support is really, really good. There's never a point where I felt, with this property, it was always pretty much certainty. Working with you is like, there's none of that about, should I take on this property, should I not? I could just give you the facts. That's one thing you did teach us is due diligence.
Yeah.
You're not going to let us walk into something blindly, so we're taught the due diligence. And once I got good at that, was literally getting to you, PMI report, deal stacker, show that to you, a few videos, and you're like, yep, a yes or no, and don't waste your time with it, don't get emotional.
Have you made the offer yet?
It's almost like, have you done your homework? Show me that you've done your homework. And it's like, we've done this, we've done that, we've done this. How does it stack, Luke? Stacks this, stacks that. Have you thought about this? We thought about that. So that sort of frequently asked questions process you guys go through.
Our job,
really
my
useful.
job, Dan's job, is to teach you to be confident.
Yeah.
Not just sell you a course and let the duration go by.
Yeah.
We want winners.
Yeah.
And if we have to squeeze it out of you, if you've gone quiet, I'm like, Dan, they've gone quiet.
Yeah, what do we do now?
Yeah.
We're at
Poke them.
that. We're at that point right now where we're at two minds whether to start looking for the next place as well. We've got sort of conversations going on, but we're not going to sign anything. But how detailed do we get into those conversations, and how far do we take that? And
Yeah, definitely.
We're going for
100%. Go all in, and if you don't want to take it on, package it and sell it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I think what's the most annoying about this time of the year is that
There's properties empty everywhere.
Yeah.
I was driving through and I was like, there's a HMO and it says to let.
we're getting
It's Christmas Eve.
Yeah.
We're getting people message us. There was a group of girls, literally students, and they were like, there's 6 of us, we want to move in. It's in September time.
Yeah.
So
Future.
it gives me a lot of hope to keep pushing right now, because I'm like, give this 3 months and we're in a completely different position. I know we're not, I don't say we're struggling now, but we're in a bit of a grey area. We have to
we'll
just
sort that out.
Yeah.
We'll sort that out.
just keep pushing, really.
But what we can't afford to do is not push on the next place, because when it gets to that 3 months and we're now fully booked here, we can't go, okay, now start again. We need to have those fires burning before we get to that.
There's 2 of you now. Like, JVs in the mentorship are so good because
Powerful.
you're similar minded because you've joined me, so you can relate to me, so you'll be able to relate to each other.
Yeah. What would Kenny say? What would Kenny think? Yeah. I often have that. What would Kenny say? Before I ask him, he would say this, he would say that. Yeah. Like that. Like a Kenny bot inside my head, like ChatGPT Kenny, which I might put together. Yeah.
If it works.
If
it works. Which you might put together.
I'll just take your job with a Kenny bot. Sign up to Kenny bot. Yeah.
So the community, how has the community helped you?
Really good. Thing is, you've got beginners all the way up to expert. So anytime you put a question out onto the Discord, or previously even used to be the WhatsApp, it's getting answer like this, and which is just lovely. And I think it's not just wins, as good as wins are to be seen all the time, we're also getting the ups and downs.
You're getting a realistic
look
of
the journey.
Rent2Rent.
Exactly. But it's lovely. It's always something to aspire to. There's not this like air of jealousy or anything like that. Everyone wants to help.
Yeah, and it's nice having people that have done this for a while, and people that have got a few places, and you look and you can see their struggles. Like Adam, like for instance, you hear the struggles he was having like a few months ago when I first joined, or months ago when I first joined. He was having struggles, and it was interesting hearing the struggles he's got, because that's like champagne problem for me, because it's like, you've signed this, you've signed that, you signed this. Now they're worrying about wash machine. I'm thinking that's a champagne problem.
I say this to Adam all the time. You wanted this.
Yeah. But he's doing it, and he's where we want to get to. And there's a lot of other people that are doing the same thing.
That's spot on. In real time, when I first started, the problems we're having now are some of the problems people were having like then, and they've gotten through it.
Yeah.
And are now like definitely a lot more ahead and a lot more successful.
Yeah.
It's like an escalator, isn't it?
Exactly.
Well, it's like the horizon, isn't it? You get to the point of the horizon, and there's a new horizon.
Yeah.
You're always just chasing the new horizon.
Yeah. But yeah, so now we're at a point where we could probably help new people coming on.
Yeah.
So we're not at the Adams level, but we're moving with it.
How much knowledge you've gained.
Yeah.
To this point.
And support and help we can give, and then there's people above us that we can be inspired by, and
you should be absolutely getting this on Airbnb. You know Airbnb. So, get the rooms on Airbnb as an exit strategy. For this time of year.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, because we don't want to be out of pocket. We just want to try and find a way to get the money back in, so we can then use the profit to go on to the next place. And
you will.
Rinse and
HMO is
repeat.
a fairly sustainable market. It's just the time of year slowed up. Come January, it should pick up. It will pick up.
Well, no, it definitely has. Like, we've got a pretty decent pipeline of viewings. Like, we've got viewing already set up for Jan. Thing is, it's like what we're speaking about, those problems, those hurdles. Like, you struggle to get the viewings, and you start getting the viewings, and then it's getting people to sign.
Yeah.
Because like,
then you get people to sign. Then you get tenants moaning about other tenants.
Yeah. We've got that to look forward to.
And a new tenant moves in. Like, the problems always change. You just get better, and your bank account.
Tenants leaving pans with bacon grease on them and stuff. Yeah.
And then you'll get to the point of, do you want to do tenants or guests or both?
Yeah.
Then you'll be doing both, and you'll be. I prefer. I prefer SA now.
Yeah.
When I started, it was all in on HMO.
Right.
SA was the last thing. I'd never want to do SA. Way too high risk.
Yeah.
Now,
okay. It's easier. Yeah.
I just love it. I think it's brilliant.
And then social housing is coming as well.
Social housing is, I think, it's kind of the end game. It's brilliant. You don't do anything. For me, personally, I'd be bored.
Yeah. I'd like to do a bit of all of it. That's what I'd like to do. Like, just have a finger in all the pies. Keep it ticking over.
That's good. You will. With consistency.
Pushing.
Selling deals, HMO, SA.
Yeah. Just emphasis on this is not a get-rich-quick scheme. I think everyone's journey is going to be different. Some people might get in 1 week, boom. Like, there were some people who done your challenge?
6 weeks. Yeah.
8 days in, Maximus. We call him Rentus Maximus.
Rentus Maximus.
But on that point, this isn't a get-rich-quick scheme. A lot of people will be deterred by that, but this is a very fulfilling journey if you put the work in.
Yeah, I think the way my YouTube, if people are doing serious research on Rent2Rent, they come across my YouTube, watch at least 10 videos, they're like, okay, this guy is telling the truth. It's not a massive sales pitch. Doesn't make it look easy. It is hard work. It is very rewarding if you put in the hard work, like anything, right?
Yeah.
So if you're watching this, listen to what they're saying. It's not easy. You will be challenged. You'll either find out if this is for you or not.
Especially at the beginning, you're challenged a lot, and then it starts to thin out and get a bit easier. Like the phone calls, at first the phone calls were daunting, and I did a few, and I was like, actually, I can do this. Like completely casual, I can do this.
We've coached.
I didn't realise that until I'd had those 10 phone calls.
What's ace is I'm very proud of what I've built. We've coached 300 students now. We've had 3 disgruntled customers.
Right.
And they've been very disgruntled. Right. And it doesn't make me question anything.
Yeah.
Because I'm like,
that's a tiny percentage.
3 unhappy. There's nothing broken. You just quit and you're angry and you want your money back. So 3 out of 300 is pretty incredible. And the ones that, even like yourself, Luke, you wanted to quit at certain hurdles. We don't let you quit. And in turn, we actually start to make you feel guilty for not doing it.
Tell me,
me, Dan, and Chris show up every week. I'm not showing up. I got.
Tell me where you're struggling.
What are you doing?
Where are you struggling, Luke? Why are you struggling with that? Do this, do that, do this. Okay, fine.
Now you know what you know. You look back on the actual process of getting to this property. It's easy. The process is so easy.
I would have just hit it harder.
It's just learning a habit.
Hit it harder.
Just hit it harder.
It's the fear. A lot of it is, and I hate to say it, I think it's just your own mind working against you.
Fear of failure.
Fear of failure, imposter syndrome.
Fear of success.
Fear of success, another big one. Like when I get it.
What do I do?
Who do I become? How will people act around me? If you want to look after number 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, you have to look after first.
Exactly.
Number 1. Otherwise you can't look after the rest. So you have to become what people deem as selfish. But I don't deem selfish as a word that has been created by someone who is annoyed by somebody else. Where you're just doing something for you, for somebody else. What's wrong with putting you first?
Yeah, absolutely.
For a good reason. A lot of people, they get started in this because they want to retire their wife. And I'm like, that's fine, but if you retire your wife, is she going to work hard on the business? You're better off retiring you first to work harder on the business so you can both retire and have a great life. Instead of, you've got that income coming in, you retire her, now your business has to fund that lack of income. Now you're back to square one.
Yeah, I'd like to retire my mum,
Yeah.
who's working part-time and shouldn't be. She's trying to fund her dog food and stuff like that, and I'd like to retire.
Yeah, it's a good reason why though, isn't it?
It's
It makes
not
you work
much
harder.
money as well, but
You know, the people that do quit don't really have a strong reason to get going.
yeah,
Absolutely.
They're very comfortable. They're like, you know, I gave it a shot. No, you didn't.
yeah, yeah,
You didn't.
yeah,
Do 300 phone calls. That's giving it a good shot.
yeah,
And then you're so far in,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
would never quit anyway.
yeah,
Because you've seen so many people succeed.
Yeah.
You've got this close so many times from 300 phone calls. I always go back to No Fool. He was just dipping his toe.
Right,
Dipping
yeah.
his toe. And I said, right, No Fool. Called him out on a Zoom. I said, right, I've got a challenge for you. I want you to make 100 phone calls. And if you don't get a deal by the end of the 100 phone calls, I'll give you your money back for the mentorship.
right, yeah,
He's like, and everyone's face on the Zoom kind of lit
Yeah.
up. God. And he went for it. Then he got
Right.
15 essays under management.
wow, okay, yeah,
And you follow him on Instagram, just loving
push.
life.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah. So sometimes people really need that kind of push.
Kick up
or a
backside.
huge reason why, if it's financial.
yeah,
Yeah.
But mine was family.
Yeah.
I wanted to be financially free. So I'd go into work all the time.
The blocker for me is often financial. Like the reason I can't do something, I overthink the money. Where does that money come from? How do we do that financially? Yada yada. I was going to say the guarantor side of things really blocked me mentally, and then I found out like ChatGPT again and speak to Dan and speak to you. Is I can self-guarantor. Dan was like, yeah, go for it, mate. Give it a go, and it worked. I was like, okay, I'm not going to say anything more. They've accepted it. The estate agent wanted us on, probably because they had trouble getting this place set up and ready.
Yeah, standing personal guarantor is actually quite common.
Yeah.
I did for my first 3 properties.
Right, okay.
Because as long as you do the spare room demand test and
Yeah.
you get the demand,
Yeah.
the chances of you, no one's ever, that I know of, any of the students, no one I personally know has ever had to use their personal house against
Right.
the business.
Yeah.
With, when it comes to rent to rent.
Yeah.
Never.
Yeah. See,
Not
that's
that
the
I know.
worry, that those sort of concerns.
Yeah. That's why people
Family, house,
struggle
car.
to get started as well. But for HMO, you got the demand test.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are people messaging you wanting rooms? Tick.
They were at the beginning.
How many?
Yeah.
How many in a certain amount of days? Tick.
Yeah.
For service accommodation, find solid comparables that are performing.
Yeah.
If they're performing, make sure your property is on par, if not better. Yours will perform better.
Yeah.
Take it on.
Yeah.
And when you practice it, it's just when it's in theory and you've never practiced it, it's very scary.
Yeah.
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 You know, rent's due in 20 days. Like,
Yeah, and that was frustrating because when we tested demand for this place, there was demand.
Banging, yeah.
But by the time the contract came through and everything's sorted and eventually the floor's
Yeah.
done,
That's
it's like
just delays by agents.
demand slows right
Landlords
down.
and stuff like the flooring. It's very
Yeah.
frustrating.
Yeah.
But they're, don't say gatekeepers, but we need them to some extent. You know, unless you're direct to landlords, like
Yeah, we need to
got
find
maintain
that.
relationship.
Yeah, we definitely need to find those landlords.
So Carl, me and you worked directly with each other for service accommodation
Yeah.
prior to this. How was that?
That was really, really good. I think there were so many opportunities. There's that one place, offer accepted. You know, I'm barely 20 at this point. Like, offer accepted, you know, ready to go. And then there's the distance. So, no, I started going far and wide. I just wanted that yes. And I got a few of them, but I think most notably the one up in Essex, or Colchester, should I say. Got that yes. And then it was like, you know, on a good day, it's 2 hours. On a really bad day, it can be like 4 hours to get out
Yeah.
there. You know, that was like, oh, damn. You know, I had to turn away again. But then, because this is like, we're not people who like stop in this community. Like, we're gonna get to something positive. We're gonna end something positive. So you suggested that I could sell it. So got to that. We put something together. You know, started reaching out to people. Then someone accepted, and
Yeah.
deal sold. So.
Nice.
And that was me up. I won't say how much, but up a few grand. So, and it's funny how things work because I look at things now, like that's money which is supporting me now. That's gone into this property. So it's one of them where, like, around that time, I was seriously thinking, I've been in here for a while. You know, I keep falling short somewhere. You know, is this for me? And then, yeah, I think I'm just happy I stuck to it. You know, like meeting at that Costa. Like that's one of those moments where, you know, you wake up in the morning and you're like, I don't feel like coming out today. Let me just cancel on Kenny.
Yeah.
And then I don't meet Luke.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's crack on.
Pivotal moment, you know, for you boys. Imagine if you didn't meet me for a coffee. There's a few others who lived in Brighton
Yeah.
who couldn't be bothered to come and
Yep.
have a coffee, which blew my mind.
Yep.
Every mentor I've ever had, I've made, you know, whether they're hours away, 6 hours away, 3
Yeah,
hours.
it's important
I'm
to me.
going. Gone.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
No question about it.
Yeah.
And I've got kids, so there's no excuse.
No.
Now you're making us feel guilty for not coming to Birmingham.
Yeah, you absolutely should.
London.
So I would go anywhere, Luke.
It's moments like,
Yeah.
for me, you know, I've over 300 students. The ones that go all in succeed.
Yeah.
The ones who come up with excuses they never succeed. It's night and day for me.
Yeah.
I'm like, it's almost frustrating. I see the potential in everybody if they just put in the work.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's everybody's limiting beliefs. You just have to force yourself to put it to one side.
Yeah.
When I started, I had nothing going for me. No property experience, nothing whatsoever. In the same factory for 13 years, no money, brand new business. I had 3.5K that took me 6 months to save relentlessly. That all went to a mentor to teach me how to do it.
And then it's gone.
And then I started the mentorship with £500 in my account, thinking, okay, it might take me 3 months to get my first deal. I was relentless, but the money was always in the back of my head.
Yeah, well, that's me.
If I get a deal accepted, I haven't got the money to take it on, but I'll make it happen.
Yeah.
I'll find a way.
Yeah, which is basically what I've done. Like,
and then fast forward 83 days, I got 3 HMOs and I needed 12 grand.
Yeah, what do you do? Yeah.
But, the stars aligned. It was take them on in 5 months' time,
Stagger.
which gave me enough time to get creative and find more money, which I did.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You have to park your limiting beliefs, get them out of the way, and just follow the process.
Yeah.
And that's where success lies. So
The time of us two meeting was really good. It was really useful because I was struggling with what I want to do, where I want to go with it, and am I pushing in the right areas? I like just having someone to bounce ideas back and forth was really useful. And not that you and Dan aren't there with that sort of stuff, but just like thinking type stuff, like we could try this, we could try that sort of partnership, and it's worked out that way.
Yeah, it holds you both accountable as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You're in exactly the same boat. You're in a dinghy.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I'm in the yacht next to you looking down.
Yeah. And we had this chat earlier, didn't we? Like, Kyle was looking at like sort of Essex and that sort of area, like further out, and I was looking at Brighton, specifically Brighton. I thought, is this going to work out if he looks at that and I look at this? So at the beginning, we decided to just be like sort of accountability buddies, because I thought, and we both agreed that it wasn't going to quite work out. And then Kyle said, you know what? Should we go in for Brighton together? I went, yes. It was the best news for me. I was like, yes, let's do it.
Whichever we land first.
Yeah.
We're going
to go
live
for it.
half an hour away.
Yeah, well, we're minutes. We're minutes away from each other.
I've walked to his house before.
Yeah,
it takes me like 12 minutes.
Yeah, we're minutes away. So it's
It's
helped
a no-brainer.
doing this place up. Like, oh, I'm there tomorrow. Do you want to jump in my car? Yeah, we'll jump in the same car. Come here.
Yeah.
Bring all the tools. Yada yada. And that's really worked out.
Just don't slow down.
Yeah,
don't slow
absolutely
down.
not.
I don't reckon.
Yeah, we need to get this on Airbnb. We need to then speed up the next place.
Yeah.
So what's your advice for anybody watching? You were once a YouTube fan, kind of watching. So what advice would you want to have heard? Either it can be a negative.
Yeah.
It can be a positive. So what advice would you want to have heard?
It's one word and it's action. It's action, 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 action. Because it's funny how no matter what you believe in, we'll just call it the universe. When you have the right intention and you pair it with action, solutions will open up. Opportunities will open up. Thing is, I look at what is a pretty small decision now with all the stuff I've done in my journey. Taking that leap of faith and starting with you is one of those things where you're saying it's that positive affirmation. You love that word, positive affirmation, or positive reinforcement, I think it is, where you take that leap and everything else just falls in place for you. And it's exactly that. It's what's going on in your head. Can you put that to the side and just be like, this is what I'm doing, I'm gonna make it work.
Yeah.
Just action. Just action, action, action. Don't be thinking this day and age there's so much comfort. You can be in a pretty bad situation but still be comfortable, if you get what I mean.
Yeah, I always say, if you're a good person, good things will happen to you.
Yeah.
But if you're a good person, bad things will also happen to you for a good reason.
Yeah.
Teach you something.
Yeah.
If you want to become a more patient person, you're going to be tested for patience.
Yeah,
Exactly.
but it works. The process works. It works, and we're proving it works. You will hit hurdles, and you will struggle. You will doubt yourself. You will fear failure. You will fear success. But there's a right structure of people around you. There's a Discord community. There's Kenny and Dan and Chris. There's people around. There's other people that are going through the same journey, and people that have been through it a long time ago that can give you advice. So it's set up to make people succeed. And you just got to jump in. You got to have a leap of faith with it. And if you work hard, you will get results. And we're at the point where we're going to have to work harder again, and we're going to get more results. And it will just keep getting like that until we go, oh look, we're in Miami, we're in Barbados, so we've managed to succeed. When did you get that Mercedes, Kyle? We'll be having these conversations in the future. Do you remember when we took our first place and Kenny came and visited us?
Yeah, and the floor was about.
And the floor was So we're going to look back at this, and we know we're going to look back at this with our success and say, yeah, do you remember where we started?
Yeah,
And we.
absolutely.
And I know
this
it's like
will be on YouTube.
This will be on YouTube.
Story.
Yeah. Do you remember our first video? Look, I'll send you a link.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
You didn't take that freaking hat off.
Yeah, can't believe you left that hat on. That will be funny. That will be funny. But yeah, it works. Just put in the hours, put in the time, and the people around you are there to support you. It is a risk, and that's life, right? You got to take risks in life.
Yeah. Well, there you go, guys. If you want to follow the exact blueprint that they followed, I'm launched a 6-week challenge. Go to kennypittman.com, get on the next wave. But yeah, go to kennypittman.com, get on it, starting the end of January. Take care. See you soon.